this part is about, this command is about some command to check the effect. Okay, so we can simply demonstrate the relevant the experiment. Let's demonstrate it briefly. So this part, can you see it? Okay, so we use 4 switches as the exam to demonstrate it briefly. Okay, so this is switch 101 and 102, switch 201 and 202. You can see this lab. Okay, so 101 and 102 belong to HQ category. So let me demonstrate it briefly. So okay, first, okay, this device is about switch 101. So first, we need to configure the IP address. Show IP address, show IP interface brief. Okay, so you can see this. Let me briefly introduce this. Switch 101 use Ethernet 01 to connect switch 220, and switch 101 use Ethernet 00 to connect switch 102. Okay, so let me check the IP address for everyone. So switch 101, the Ethernet 01 is configured 11.1, and at the same time I create the within 2000. The IP address is 101.2. Okay, so we can see the other 3 devices. Okay, this about the switch 102. Okay, show IP interface brief. You can see this switch. The Ethernet 01 is about this port. This port, it is connected with switch 202. It is the port address is 2022.1. Okay, and the within 2000 is 101.3 is connected with switch 101. Okay, and the device switch 201 show IP interface brief. Okay, Ethernet 00 is 11.2, 12.1. Okay, and the switch 202 show IP interface brief. You can see this. So let me check the connective of this device. So you can use the IP address to ping switch 102 connect switch 101 is use the 101.3. 101.3. The address is 0.2. Let me show it. Okay. 101.2. 101.2. 101.2. Okay, so you can see this is right. Okay, and we can also check the other device. Pin switch 101 is connected with switch 202, so you can ping 2022 switch 202. The IP is 2022.2. Okay, so you can see this. Okay, so it is right. And also we can see the other device, switch 101 pin. Switch 101 connected switch 102 11.2. Okay, it is right. So others I don't need to to show with you. Okay, so let me demonstrate the OSPF, the related command about OSPF. Okay, so first we need to configure OSPF. First router OSPF 1 and switch 101 is about the HQ category. So router ID, RID, we need to create the router ID. Also, we need to declare the IP address to under the interface. Okay. Interface within 2000. This port should be declared with area 1. IP OSPF area OSPF 1 area 1. Okay, and at the same time the switch 102 interface within 2000 IP OSPF. We should configure the OSPF router ID. But if you in your real CCIE lab exam, you need to configure it. Okay, so interface within 2000 IP OSPF 1 area 1. Okay. Next part, we should configure other device. The switch 101. Oh, you can see the effect to show IP OSPF neighbor. You can see, so it is enter the full state, right? So if you see the state not in full, if not in full, maybe you have wrong configuration. But the device, if the device state in two-way state, it may be correct. Okay. And we need to configure other device. Switch 102 interface Ethernet 101 IP OSPF area 0. Let me explain it. In real exam, we should configure switch 101 and 102 the within 2000 belong to area 0, and this part switch 101 and switch 201 and switch 201 switch 202 belong to area 0, and switch 102 belong to area 0. So we need to configure virtual link between switch 101 and switch 102. So I will demonstrate the related command. Okay. So let me demonstrate the second part is about authentication. If the EI lab exam require us to configure the authentication, so we need to configure the Ethernet port interface interface 0, 0, 0, 1, Ethernet 0, 1, and we should configuration the authentication, IP OSPF authentication, and if the requirement related keychain, you should configure the keychain. Okay, so keychain none. Okay, and because this requirement is about the BFD. You can see this. It is about BFD within 300 millicycle. It's used to detection of unreachable OSPF v2 neighbors. So you can configure BFD. So let me demonstrate it. IP OSPF BFD. Okay, so this is the related command. And if you want to configure virtual link, we should enter the router OSPF process and area 1 to virtual link, and it is should add the name, and it is should add the router ID. Okay, so let's the related command about OSPF. So if you want to know more about the configuration, you can learn the SPOTO solution. Okay. So this part is about this is the partial requirement of OSPF in EI-Lab. If you want to know more about the CCIE exam, you can directly refer to our SPOTO solution. So we have talked lots about CCIE lab demo. I think you must wonder how to pass the CCIE lab exam in less time. So let